My name is Amanda, and welcome to The Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what you can expect for the month of December 2020, the very last month of 2020. Can you believe it? I sure can't. But if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy, and focus in on piles number 1, 2, or 3. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as a top comment. And just remember, these are general readings, so not everything is going to resonate 100% for your situation. If it does, that's really great, but if not, don't try to fit the information into your life. Just let it go if it doesn't really fit your situation. So without delaying this any further, let's give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, so let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of December 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay guys, my table is a little bit crooked this way with the camera, so the layout looks totally straight to me, but a little bit weird up on camera, but we're just gonna roll with this. So for your overall energy of the month of December 2020, you guys got the Knight of Swords, which is great for that last month of the year. This is that quick burst of energy that you're barging through all those obstacles and you're just going after it. You're maybe a little bit vulnerable and imbalanced, but you're making what you have work. And this isn't to say that everything you do with this Knight of Swords energy is gonna just go off without a hitch, because a lot of times that Knight of Swords isn't more like that Knight of Pentacles. It's more methodical and thoughtful about what they're doing. This Knight of Swords just goes in and gets it done. And what I'm being reminded of as I say that is somebody just wanting to write a first draft of a book. They don't need it to be pretty. They just need to just like word vomit everything in their mind or everything from their outline into the first draft. And they know going in that they're gonna have to go back and really fix things, but they just want to get some stuff started. So that's really that kind of energy that you guys are working with this December. And for some of you, this just could be like you have this sudden burst of energy that you just didn't have in November or October or the previous months of this year. Because with your 8 of Wands, this is your past energies, your November, your October, even maybe as far back as September that we're picking up on. And this is that quick moving energy, but it doesn't feel like a lot got accomplished. It just felt like there was a lot coming at you, and maybe you're moving fast with things and you're taking action, but it's much like this Knight of Swords for you guys where, you didn't have an actual footing. There's not a lot of Pentacles energy coming in from the past for you as far as just really having that stable, slow and steady kind of Taurus type of beginning. This is go, go, go. You're really busy. You have a lot going on, which it kind of flies in the face of what I was saying about the Knight of Swords, where things maybe felt a little stagnant and then you wanted to move forward. So it's almost like there's two distinct paths of energy I'm really picking up for you guys coming in to this month. So those of you you're just carrying on, you're continuing that momentum you've gained, but then others of you who have felt stagnant, you're gonna start getting some momentum. So I hope that makes sense. So with the 2 of Coins, this is your present moment, your month of December. I almost said November. Your month of December, you have the 2 of Coins, the 2 of Pentacles, so you're handling everything that's coming at you, everything you got going on. But there is this kind of caveat with this. Sorry, my left ear is ringing and now I'm like having to tune into what's going on there. Love when that happens. Okay, so sorry about that, you guys. But with the 2 of Pentacles, the caveat I'm offering is just to say be careful not to tip yourself over the edge, because these 2 coins are just really like this person's working hard to keep them one from falling off or the other from flying away. So just really make sure you don't tip yourself over the edge. Be really flexible with your plans and things going on, because I do see that throughout the month of December, maybe your plans for the holidays are going to change last minute, or for some of you, you're just not able to do what you really want to do, maybe visit family or travel to see people and do all that, but because maybe lockdowns or quarantine is going on, I feel for a lot of people, they're just not able to do exactly what they want and be with exactly who they want. But this is just saying you can be real flexible and make something else work. Maybe if you can't be with family for the holidays, you can do a Zoom call so you guys are in each other's living rooms and you're conglomerated together and you can still feel this sense of family and connection. But for the most part, whatever you have going on this month, you really need to be balanced with what's going on, or you're gonna lose control, because there's a lot going on for you guys this month. A lot of stuff you're wanting to accomplish, a lot of like errands I see you want to run, or just things you want to do before that end of the year wrap up where you start afresh from, into the new year with 2020. Okay, so for your present month, your month of December, we have the 5 of Swords, and you're going to be feeling really strong and very, I just see like the bull of Taurus just real set in their ways, just like, kicking that dirt back, like I'm ready to fight. Like if you want to come at me, bro, I'm ready. But this is just saying, you're really like stern and like sturdy in what it is you believe, or what it is that what lights you on fire, what sets your soul on fire. You're real dedicated to your opinion is what I'm hearing. But with this 5 of Swords, it's kind of another caveat. With this one, it was don't put yourself over the edge. This is that future conditions position. So this is kind of the end of December going into January. So what I'm wanting to say is, you guys, you just want to be careful. You can win, absolutely. You can win, you can conquer all your enemies or win every argument, but I'm hearing at what cost? You will win, but at what cost? And of course, you may be with this 5 of Swords energy, like, the people are walking away like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with you because it's a losing battle. And depending on how set you are in your ways and how vocal you are, how many words you use that maybe you should have not used, like calling people names, or just being real aggressive with your speech, with that Swords energy, that communication. Just be sure you're not burning any bridges and, really rubbing people the wrong way. But then in your best path to follow, we have yet another Swords energy. We have the 7 of Swords, which for me, your best path to follow, this is a card sometimes about deception. So your best path to follow is the opposite of that. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with other people. If you're dealing with dishonest people, just be mindful of their agendas. And if you maybe have your own little agenda and you kind of want to pull one over on someone, just know that they're going to see right through it. So your best path to follow is just to be honest and, be speaking from your heart. Because I do see a lot of people, with these 2 energies here, with these swords, there's a lot of people where emotions are going to be running high all over the world. So there's something going on this month that's got people really worried or scared, or just in this state of fear where they're not really acting from their love or their heart center. But you guys, you can charge in with this Knight of Swords energy and just spread the love, spread the light. That's really what I'm seeing. And you guys have the ability to completely avoid any of this deception or these arguments just by knowing ahead of time that the climate or the temperature is right for a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting, a lot of disagreements. So just you knowing this already going into December, you can almost completely avoid this, because the outcome card and what we have as your wish coming true this month are such positive and beautiful cards. So it's almost like this is just saying, hey, just be really mindful, be really present in your present moment, so that you don't really, say something you didn't mean to say, or do something to someone you didn't really mean to do, or you regret later. Because with your wish coming true this month, we have the Justice card, which, you know, is all about fairness and taking responsibility for yourself, and others finally taking responsibility for their actions as well. But when you can treat people with that fairness and be honest with them from the get-go, just really be able, if you're upset at someone, don't try to sugarcoat and be like, no, you didn't upset me. Let them know. And I think more than anything, they're going to appreciate that honesty. You don't have to say, yeah, you yelled at me and now I'm pissed. You know, you don't have to come at them, but just, you know, letting them know from that place in your heart, like, yes, what you said really hurt my feelings and I'm a little upset about it. So maybe we can just walk away from each other right now and come and talk about this later. I'm just really upset right now. Like, that those words will go such a long way for you guys this month. Just speaking what's on your heart, speaking your truth is going to be key with what you guys have going on. But again, being very mindful of the words, or, you know, maybe not forming what you're saying as an attack against someone, but maybe coming more from how it's making you feel, and then talking from your heart in that way, so that the people you're talking to can really examine their role in this situation. But your wish coming true is things are going to balance out, you know, that precariousness of the balance of these two coins with the Two of Pentacles here. You're really going to have a handle on it. You may feel overwhelmed at times, but my wish for you and what I'm saying is just, if you start feeling overwhelmed, make sure you're taking a time out to breathe and allow yourself to just be, because December can be a very stressful month, especially with people, you know, with families. It's just stressful to make sure you can be able to give everyone a gift, or to make sure that you check in with everyone, or send everyone a Christmas card, or, you know, all the different things people have going on this month. And whether you celebrate the holidays or not, it's just a general collective energy of stress, but also really good times with friends and family as well. So, you know, you can take either side of those coins. You can take the stress, or you can take the joy and happiness with friends and family. This is up to you. This, you know, with the outcome, the Magician, your month, the outcome of your month is totally up to you, because this Magician can bring their dreams to reality. They can bring them down to earth and ground them in reality. And I just really see you guys really embracing that more magical side of yourself, that alchemist within, and you're really going to start believing in yourself. And I do feel many of you are really going to get all gung-ho with this Knight of Swords energy to start kind of loosely planning your year of 2021. You're going to really be excited to leave 2020 behind, I believe, and just be really ready to dive into something new and fresh when it turns over to January 1st. But remember, again, just be speaking your truth and being honest with people, and, you know, not picking fights or allowing other people to pick fights with you. And you guys should be golden, because you are ready to create something new in your life come the end of December. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for the tarot. Let's go ahead and get into your oracle cards. So we're going to go ahead and use this card first, the one you used to select your pile, and this is the Sophia card, and it says Divine Wisdom. So I think in this kind of ruminating about what other people are thinking, what's going on in the world, what you're thinking, just all the things, you're going to really be tapping in with your inner goddess, that inner wisdom, that inner god or goddess, you know, because there are also masculine energies watching this channel. So tapping into that divine god or goddess is going to be key for you to be able to just keep your sanity this month. Just really allowing yourself time alone to meditate, contemplate. I know you guys are really going to be busy just trying to juggle all the things, but make sure you leave yourself on that to-do list, your self-care on that to-do list, because it absolutely is going to be imperative for you to meditate, take a time out, relax, do something you enjoy that's just for you, and not trying to please other people or try to tick something off that to-do list, something that's just for you. But then we do have the travel card over here. And I do feel many of you are wanting to be traveling this month, to be maybe spending time with friends or family. And again, like I was saying, some of your plans may not go according to plan, but I don't think that means that everything's going to have to be canceled or anything like that. You just may have to kind of twist and turn and shift things to make it work. But what I'm really being called to on this card is she does look very heavily pregnant here. So maybe you're giving birth in December or finding out that you are pregnant and wanting to have a child, if that's something you want. If it's something you don't want, that might be something to be extra cautious of this month. One more thing to balance. But yes, if that's what you want, that looks like it's definitely in the energy for you this month. But then with this number 32, we have music. So I think music is going to play a vital key in your December. So whether you're someone who is that guy that starts playing Christmas music the day after Halloween, or if this isn't Christmas music, this just could be music that's really meaningful to you. But I feel like for this month of December, if it's Christmas or holiday music, or if it's your own kind of music you're working on, or if it's just maybe one of your favorite artists drops an album this month, there's something about music that's really going to help soothe your soul. And I think it really goes well with this Divine Wisdom card, just helping you tap into this sense of peace and love and joy this month. Music is going to play a vital role. And that number 32 does add up to a 5. So there are some changes coming for you guys this month regarding maybe tastes in music, or maybe you discover a new artist, or you're wanting to make changes. And that makes a lot of sense with that Magician. And then going into 2021, you're maybe just wanting to make changes in your life, or you're making some sort of resolution, or just kind of really wanting to get down to it as far as your life goals go, and start breaking those goals down into action steps so you can actually start seeing some progress in your life. Then we have the Finding Sanctuary card. It says opening to your spiritual source, which for me goes perfectly with this Divine Wisdom card. So if you are someone who is not that spiritual, this might be the month where you start becoming more spiritual, or wanting to, see what this whole meditation thing's all about. But if you guys are my seasoned spiritualists, maybe meditation is just playing a really vital role in your life this month and helping you stay sane with all this craziness going on out in the collective. Yes. And then we also have the Bat card. It says see through illusion into truth. So for me, this is a very moon energy of the tarot, the moon card. So you guys are seeing through it. Like I was saying with the 7 of Swords, you guys can see. It's like your human lie detectors. You can see through the BS. But also other people are able to see through BS if you're trying to pull one over on someone. So just be careful, and remember, no lying. Just try to speak your truth, because if you're trying to be deceptive in any way, or if someone's trying to be deceptive to you in any way, you're gonna get caught, or they're gonna get found out. That's just the way it is this month. The veil is still very thin as far as I'm telling with the current energies that I'm reading here. So, people are gonna be on point with their spirituality, with that intuition, with that third eye, that clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience. Not just you, but a lot of people are really going to be tapped into their more spiritual senses. And there may be a lot of times, if they're not spiritual, they're not going to understand how they know that you're lying, or how they know someone else is not telling the truth, or something just doesn't feel right that maybe in the past felt just fine. So, that veil is thin. So if you are wanting to connect with some crossed over loved ones, or your guides, or your angels, or God, or the universe, this would be a great month to do it, because that veil is still thin. And we also have that solstice, that December 21st winter solstice here in the US, and it would be the summer solstice across the globe. So whichever one resonates for you guys. But a lot of people in the awakening community are talking about a big solar flash happening on December 21st. Whether or not that happens or plays out, or you believe in it or not, is totally up to you. But that is still a really big portal energy, that solstice portal. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, group number 1. But you will have to let me know below what you thought, if it resonated, and if you have any fun plans for the holidays. I'm so nosy with people and all the stuff they have going on. I just love to hear from you guys. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of December 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and then get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, you guys, I hope that doesn't look too crazy. My table's a bit wonky, so things look very, very weird in front of me. Up on the camera, they look a little straighter than they do down here in person, so we're just gonna roll with this. But for your overall energy for the month of December, we are actually using, let me grab it here, we are using the Fountain Tarot deck. I don't know if you can see that, but it is such a fun deck, a very different deck, a very simplistic deck compared to a lot of my other decks. But what is going on with your overall energy is you guys got the Fountain, which is an extra card in this specific Fountain Tarot. And as you can see here, we have the infinity symbol. Maybe you can't. We have the infinity symbol right up there next to the Fountain. So this is just letting you know, when you get this card, this is amazing. This is reminding you to just be. It's like you're existing out of time and cycles. It's just this sense of oneness and clarity and awakening. Oh, here we go. Yep. So this is funny. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may know that a lot of times, especially during my own spontaneous Kundalini awakening, Kurt Cobain, you know, the lead singer of Nirvana, he does like to work with a lot of artists and spiritual people from the other side. And he was one of my guides for quite a while, and he still is, but, you know, it's kind of like I've graduated and really don't need him as much as I once did. But he's stepping forward because he wants to hang out and deal with this this pile as well. So that's awesome. You guys got some Kurt Cobain action going on in the pile. But what's really cool about this, I think the reason he popped in is because I was about to say the word nirvana. Just, you know, surrendering and just being in oneness and realizing how interconnected and woven together everyone and everything is. So Kurt, yes, step forward, hang out, grab a cup of coffee on the other side there, Kurt, because it's going to take a minute to get through all this. So I think the reason this is your overall energy is because you have the Nine of Swords here in your past position. And this is that, you know, nightmare card. You may have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of grief coming up. Maybe you recently lost someone in your family that meant a lot to you, or a close friend. And I just heard, what's the point? Like, this person here is just curled up. They just look like he's got his eyes wide open. He almost looks like Donnie Darko. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see his eyes, his face there. If not, I might try to enhance it so that you can. But he looks like he's, you know, maybe got his head down, covered up, but his eyes are wide open and he is not happy. Like, he's scared out of his mind. So many of you may have had a really rough November and October, maybe even as far back as September, where just a lot of ish was going on in your life. And you know, I keep hearing, what's the point? What's the point of continuing? What's the point of going after my dreams? Nothing works out. What's the point of this? What's the point of that? And it feels very sad and just very, yeah, Kurt's like nudging me, like, you know, not literally, but like in my mind's eye, like he's nudging me like, yeah, I felt like this a lot of my life. Like, what's the point? And that's why I wanted to create music. And he just wants to step forward and say, like, if you are someone who's really thought about ending it all, don't do it. He says, don't do it. He's like shaking his head like vigorously, like, don't do it. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that, you know, I've picked up from him that he did not actually end his own life. But we'll just leave it at that for now. Even though he did not end his own life, his life ended before he wanted it to. He had a lot more he wanted to accomplish. He was really starting to get excited about things again and wanting to go in a whole new direction in his life before his life was snuffed out and cut short. So he's saying, you guys have the opportunity at this point now to just take a turn, like a hairpin turn. I'm seeing like this really, really like angled turn where you can go off in a whole new beautiful direction. And it makes sense coming into this month that you're a lot of you are already over this sense of grief and anxiety. Maybe you're just kind of apathetic almost to what's going on. because you guys do have the Page of Swords for your present energy, and this is a more determined page. He may not be really passionate about what's quite going on, but he's determined to dive headfirst into plans and make things happen. And it's like he keeps thinking like, okay, I'll find my passion along the way. I just need to make a change. I just need to get started, and then that passion will come to me. And that's absolutely where I feel you guys will be going this December, where you're just deciding, okay, enough's enough. I'm not going to live in this anxiety anymore. Yeah, sure, I'm still maybe experiencing some anxiety, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to start seeking out better ways to spend my time than sitting here worrying about the state of the world, or the state of my finances, or the state of, just your own inner turmoil about, I just heard I'm not enough. I don't feel like I'm enough. But absolutely you are enough. And with this Page of Swords, I just want to remind you guys that you have these plans, or you had these plans at some point that maybe you put on the back burner, that are absolutely worth going after and, going down that path. I just see you, like you took steps on this path, and then you just kind of veered off the path into the bushes and sat down and just kind of like, nah, I don't know. I don't think this is worth it. But this page wants you, and Kurt wants you, to get back up and get back on your path. Even if you're not feeling that passion to really go after this thing, you had at one point. And I feel like you guys going back onto the path, you're gonna gain that passion back, that spark of inspiration and that excitement and the joy that you got from doing this thing, or being with this person, or whatever this is. It's going to be different for each of you, but that spark that you're going to get isn't going to happen before you start walking again. You need to start walking and be determined to at least get into action, and then that spark will reignite for you. Okay, so your future conditions, this is the end of December, kind of going into January of 2021. You guys got the Two of Swords. So for me, this means that you guys are still blinded to the truth of some sort of difficult situation in your life. So, there's just a heavier energy with you guys, and maybe that is why Kurt stepped forward. He just wants you guys to know even that you can talk to him. Like, I know a lot of people like, oh, he's a celebrity, who cares, whatever. But he wasn't just a celebrity. Yes, he was a celebrity on this 3D plane, but beyond the veil, he is someone who helps a lot of artists, a lot of people struggling with mental health and depression and anxiety and addiction. He helps people. So you can ask him. Oh, I'm getting the tingles. Yep, here we go, Kurt. Thank you very much for that. I love it. But he wants to help. So you can ask him for help. You can ask him for guidance. If you'd rather not ask him, you can ask your spirit guides, your angels, God, whoever it is you want to call on for help. But especially if this thing that you put aside was some sort of creative project, Kurt loves helping people with creative things, like just writing, with music, creating art of any kind. Like, he's there for it, and like he just loves it. So you can call on him, you can call on your guides, your angels to help you. But there's something going on in your life that there's a difficult situation that maybe you're still like not accepting as truth, or maybe for a while you were blinded to the truth. I feel many of you by the end of this month are going to take off that blindfold and really face the truth, face this difficult situation that you have in your life, because I think many of you were using that blindfold as some sort of defense mechanism. And I just heard also analysis paralysis, like you had so many different choices, because usually this card is about making a choice between one thing or another, or having multiple choices, and you're just like paralyzed because there's just too much thought that needs to go into these things to really figure out what's the best choice for you. But the best path for you is just to really face the truth and take off that blindfold. Just be willing to face your shadow self. Be willing to face those hard things that are going on in your life. For someone, this may be health and having to get an opinion, or a second or third or fourth opinion about your health, and you're just over it. But it's just saying, get back on that path. Keep going, because your answers are very close. The answers you seek are close, is what Kurt's telling me. So with this card here, you have the Three of Wands. This is your best path to follow this month. And this is that card all about contemplating those plans and making that solid strategy before really putting them into action. But it's funny because it kind of flies in the face of what we were saying about this Page of Swords, about just start walking, just start taking action to get that ball rolling. It's not to say you can't make solid plans before you get going, but just don't allow yourself to sit in those planning stages for months and months and months to where you never actually take action, to where you're just sitting there making plans but never taking action in those plans. But because you have the Page of Swords, I see you guys are in this month going to definitely be, at least getting a small or a minor or an outline of a game plan in place. And then you're going to start taking action. And then as you take more action, you're going to get more ideas for next actions you can take. So then with your wish coming true this month, you guys have the High Priestess. And this is a great card as a wish coming true because this is a card all about secrets and mysteries of life, things that are hidden beyond the veil. And because this is a wish coming true for you, secrets are going to be revealed, mysteries of life that you've always wondered about. The answers or the truth is going to be revealed to you guys. The truth of this situation that's been really hard for you guys will maybe come to light for some of you. The truth of, inner parts of yourself and your shadow and just ways that you've operated in your life, they're going to come to light and really be able, you can't really change, this is what Kurt's telling me, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Like you can sit there and, try to make all these changes in your life, but if you don't acknowledge that shadow, that part of yourself you'd rather hide in a closet and never see and look at again, you're not going to get very far until you open the door, shake the hand of that skeleton, like Kurt's like showing me opening the door, shaking the hand of that skeleton, throwing your arm over his shoulder and saying, let's be pals, buddy, like we can do this together because I sure can't do it on my own and you can't do it locked in that closet. So it's like I see the light side of you and the dark side of you pairing up to become a complete whole. Like, not whole like H-O-L-E, but whole, like a whole person. Like you're not just two halves, you're light and shadow. You are a complete unit. And it's that High Priestess is really going to help you reintegrate your shadow. And that High Priestess is also about higher consciousness. And, I just keep seeing like the truth of the world being revealed. So there may be some truths coming to light in the media or trying to be censored from coming to light in the media. That's probably more apt for what's going on in our world right now. So whatever it is they're trying to hide, Kurt's saying, whatever it is they're trying to hide, that's where you need to be looking because that's probably the truth. And he's just shaking his head like, dude, whatever. Like, it's so funny. I love when he comes forward because it's so laid back and it's fun. I love it. But as your guys' outcome card, oh my goodness, you have the Sun. There is a big revelation. Full light is being shined on your reality. Like where before it was very moon energy, even like there's no moon out at all and cloudy. You can't see any luminary in the sky. But as your outcome for the month of December and taking you into the next year of 2021, you guys have the Sun. So like I said, full light is being shined on your life, your reality, and you're getting a new perspective on things, pairing up with that High Priestess. Maybe you're tapping into more of your spiritual side. Maybe you're really working on your clairvoyance, your claircognizance, something, your gifts. It's not like you're having to really work hard because with the fountain, you're just in the flow. You're just, you're awakening to what's real. You're surrendering to whatever's going on. So with this Sun card, I feel like this new perspective you're gaining is through your higher truths, your higher consciousness, more of your higher consciousness coming online for you to have access to it, which is amazing. So with the Sun card, whenever it comes out, I always say do something fun for yourself. And of course, December in a lot of the world is when people celebrate holidays or the holiday season. So just allow yourself to really have fun. Even if you don't feel like your life is, I just heard Kurt saying, even if you feel like your life's a dumpster fire or a train wreck, just allow yourself to do something fun. Allow yourself to take a time out from worrying about the world and just allow yourself to have fun. Like that's really what I'm seeing. And for some of you, this just could be having a really nice, deep conversation with a loved one that you haven't seen or heard from in a while. And for others of you, this just could be really getting in touch and diving into that more spiritual part of yourself, because I do feel like you guys are enjoying the darker parts, like not parts of yourself, like I don't think anyone enjoys the dark parts of themselves, but maybe you enjoy like watching true crime documentaries or reading about unsolved cases or unsolved mysteries, just all the unknowns in the world, like you're there for it. All the secrets, like occult mysticism, esoteric knowledge, like you guys are there for it. Very 8th house and even 12th house energy coming through right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so this is quite cool. I didn't even realize this before, but since Kurt's here, it's like he pointed out to me, that kind of looks like Frances Bean, his daughter. Let me go ahead and focus on that. Okay, so this girl looks a bit like Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's daughter, Frances Bean. And it says here, Persephone, inexperience. So what this is reminding me of with this fountain right underneath it is that you're really diving into the parts of yourselves that are more unknown, that more inexperienced part. Maybe even for some of you, that darker part or that part you just don't understand. But because this higher consciousness is coming online for you guys, you're going to be able to take something that you considered taboo or just not good for you, that's part of you, and bring it to light, putting that full light of the sun on this thing and realizing that you can actually use this thing, this more shadow part of yourself, as an asset in your life. It's actually a gift. It's not a shadow that is actually going to remain shadow. It's like a shadow part of yourself that you're going to alchemize into something that can actually work for you. So say if you are someone who has a spiritual practice or even a YouTube channel where you're talking about spirituality or doing tarot cards or something like that, it's like you're working with your shadow side to alchemize pieces of that into your higher consciousness to be able to use it for your own personal practice or to help other people through your readings or whatever it is you're doing. Even if you're doing anywhere, doing anything, whatever it is you're learning, you're alchemizing parts of your shadow into higher consciousness to be able to help yourself and others, regardless of what you're doing. Working at McDonald's, working in retail, working as a lawyer or an accountant, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're helping people in some way. So then we have the compassion card, and what Kurt's saying for me, because it is right next to this 9 of Swords, he's saying that this is mostly to have compassion for yourself. Love yourself, have, that open heart for yourself, because many of you guys have really beat yourself up for not being able to be enough. And it's not that you guys aren't enough, like in standards of society, it's that you're not enough in your own mind. And it is a very swords related. We got 3 swords in a row here. It's very mental energy, and he's saying it's not even true, so just shut up about that. That's what he's saying. He's like, shut up about that. You're not as you're not as bad as you're saying you are. So just shut up about that. You're better than you're saying you are, and to quit beating yourself up is really what he's showing me. And he said he was bad about that in life too. Like, he totally understands it, and that's why he really wanted to come forward today to let you guys know you can turn it all around. You don't have to stay in that mental fog or that mental stasis of just being immersed in the nightmare part of life, but you can alchemize that nightmare into something beautiful. Look at the 2, this is what you're coming in with, this is what you're going out with. 9 of Swords to the Sun. You are transforming a lot of stuff this month, and it's going to be beautiful come 2021. You're going to look back at this month and be like, that I'm glad, maybe not glad, but I'm appreciative that this month happened so I can really see the truth of the situation. And I'll just leave it at that, because that's going to be different for each of you. But then we have the number 41 self-discipline card. 41, 4 plus 1 is 5. So we do have changes, which we're seeing right here. The change is happening right before our eyes in this reading. You guys are after those changes, and it's beautiful. It's not always like perfect, but it's beautiful. For you guys, it's going to be life-changing is what I'm hearing. But with self-discipline, you guys are just really getting down to, changing bad habits and eliminating toxic food, toxic people, toxic TV shows, toxic energies, just anything toxic. You're wanting to really clean house, whether you're literally cleaning your house or you're cleaning out your body, letting yourself detox. But self-discipline is going to be key for you guys to be able to get through all of this transformation this month. So then we have the Fellow Travelers card, and it says here support is all around you, which makes sense because Kurt just wanted to step in. And this is the first time in my channel. I've talked about him before, but he's never like rode shotgun on a reading before. So this is really cool. So this is just reaffirming that you have fellow travelers with you. You have support all around you. All you need to do is ask them for help. Your guides, your angels. Kurt, again, he's like raising his hand like, I'm available. I love helping out. So support is all around you. Even in your 3D physical world, you can ask and lean on people in your life. And I feel like, with all this that you have going on, you guys are probably the type of people that don't tend to ask for help unless you're absolutely desperate. But Kurt and the message here is saying, ask for help if you need it, from your guides, from your angels, from your mom, from your child, from your uncle, from whoever it is you need help from. And of course, also your significant other, if you have one, they're one of your biggest cheerleaders, one of your biggest support teams around. Okay, and then we also have the Monkey card. It says, experience all that life has to offer with Archangel Raphael. So you guys also may be working with Archangel Raphael. He's a great healer archangel to come in and help heal any kind of physical stuff, old traumas, emotional wounds. You could really call him in to help clean house, as we were saying, clean house on what it is that needs to go out of your life. And I just, with experiencing all this has to offer, all that life has to offer, I'm just seeing like you wanting to travel the world. And again, at the time of my posting this in December 2020, there's not much travel going on for most people, but that doesn't mean you can't get into that high priestess energy and astral travel, or do a meditation where you're traveling to places, doing a guided meditation to travel the world that way. There's lots of ways you can experience life without actually leaving your door. Okay, so you guys, that's all I'm seeing for you, but I really do hope that this resonated and that you liked that little extra help from our fellow friend here, Kurt Cobain. So it's still funny to me that he wanted to pop in and hang out. And I love that we got that confirmation that support is all around you as he did step forward. So I hope this resonated and that it brought you a little bit of guidance. You will have to let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of December 2020. And as always with my monthly pick-a-card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with the tarot cards and then get additional guidance from our oracle cards. Okay, I could fiddle with these forever and never get them quite right because my table is a little wonky and my camera's kind of going a slightly different angle than the table, so everything kind of looks like it needs shifted, but deep breaths, we're just going to roll with what we got going on. So, for the month of December 2020, you guys have as your overall energy the 9 of Wands. So, what I'm really hearing with this card is that you're preparing for the good fight. It's like you're rolling up your sleeves, you're ready to get down to that hard work, and I just heard don't stop. Like, you can't stop. You're almost to the finish line, especially if you've really been at whatever this thing is you're really thinking about a long time. It's like you're almost there. You're almost over that hurdle, and your hard work is about to pay off. So that's a great energy. Of course, it's a very hard-working energy and all of that, but it's like, I feel like it's very behind the scenes. It's not like you're physically out there, really rolling up your sleeves to like build a house or anything. This feels very internal, and like plans that you're making and just things about your internal environment. But of course, as within, so without, so it may also be reflected in your external environment. So we have, for the past energies coming in from the month of November, October, maybe even as far back as September, you guys have the Tower card. And I do believe it was in my October reading that the Tower card popped up for somebody. Oh man, was it group 2 in October? Oh man, I don't remember. I have filmed so many videos since then, but I know it was in October the Tower card did pop up in the present moment for somebody. So maybe you had selected that pile back in October, and now this is just your past energy you're coming in with. Of course, it's still affecting you, but the big Tower moment, as I'm hearing, is behind you. But, again, that Tower moment is just that sudden and painful change or transformation. And, of course, most people view the Tower as negative things that happen. But once you really look back on those Tower moments in life, you can see what has transpired as a result of the Tower having fallen or burned or whatever. The big transformation that you've gone through is huge. So you've been through it those past few months. I'm not gonna lie. There may have been the loss of someone in your life. I see someone maybe lost a grandparent, somebody that lost a job. A lot of loss was coming in. But this is past energy. So if you don't feel you had a big loss, don't try to fit this Tower into your month of December. This is just past energies coming in. So I'm sure most of you can really readily point to something in the past few months that's happened that you can be like, yeah, that was my Tower moment. And again, Towers don't always have to be a total like doom and gloom scenario. It just could be that you decided to leave a job and it was a pretty decently easy transition to a new job. But in a way it was a Tower moment because there was a transformation that was had from you leaving the job. So again, it doesn't always have to be extreme. So take what resonates for you. But then in your present moment, the month of December 2020, you guys have Hermit energy. So wherever you guys are in the world, it feels to me like you're going to be pretty big homebodies this month, whether that's by your own choice or there's a quarantine or some sort of lockdown going on in your area. You guys just feel the need to be home and cozy. I mean, to me, this feels like... Sorry about my phone there, you guys. But this feels to me like this guy is out and there's snow and it's cold and dark. This just feels like you want to get real cozy. Like this guy wants to go in the house, get cozy, and just really ruminate about his life. Like that's really what I'm seeing for you guys the month of December. It's a very introverted, very hermit, and a couple weeks back in one of my readings I had talked about, I combined the word hermit and solitude to make the word hermitude. And I really do like that word for what I'm feeling for you guys for December. You really want to just really get in touch with that inner environment and figure out what it is you want to do in your current moment and maybe even planning for 2021. Sometimes you just need a moment to sit down and really think about what it is you want out of life and maybe areas you're really doing well in, areas you're kind of dropping the ball in, and just really doing a bit of a mini life review with that hermit this month to figure out what your next steps are in your career, in your personal life, in your love life, in all the areas of life. So then for your future conditions, the end of December kind of going into January 2021, you guys have the Star, which I love that appears as your future conditions when the Tower, which comes before the Star in the tarot, was your overall energies from the past coming in for you. Not the overall energies, but the past energies coming in for you was that Star, from the Tower to the Star, because they're right after each other in the tarot. But what's really cool about this for me is that you guys have some hard-won rewards coming to you. Whatever these Tower moments were for you in the past and the things that you're really ruminating about in the present of December, by the end of the month, you're going to really see some rewards for your hard work and wishes coming true. And I just saw someone being surprised with a loved one they haven't seen in a long time, almost like a mini reunion. And that could even happen around the holidays, December 24th, 25th, all the way through the 31st. It's kind of what I'm considering, I guess, the holiday part of the season. But you guys are gonna be just having such a great time in this future conditions. The last part of almost said February, what the heck. The last part of December is going to be really, really fun for you. I just see it fun. It's like all that hard work you're paying off or putting in is going to start paying off by the end of the month. So this won't even have to be the full month of December where you're grinding and grueling and trying to make the pieces fit and putting in that hard work. And again, like I said, a lot of that's going to be internal, that more hermit energy. But for some of you, that could be on the external, where you're trying to decorate your home for the holidays, or try to get your home ready to have some friends or family. But I think many of you will just be having a more quiet, relaxed kind of holiday. So for your best path to follow this month, you have the Devil. And the Devil card is normally about acting on your impulses and just being really worried and, you know, all of that. So as your best path to follow, this is just saying don't act on impulse and don't worry, don't stress over things, because you're safe. Like I just heard, you're safe. There's no need to worry. But what's really standing out to me, right, as I'm looking at all of this, is you've got the Devil, the Star, the Hermit, the Tower. Those are 4 major arcana cards in a row. So from the past, you know, maybe from September all the way through the end of this year, you've really done some work. You've really transformed. So I just want to give you guys a little round of applause right now, because change and transformation is not easy, but you guys have done the thing. You've done the thing, and just know there's no reason to worry. And the best path for you to follow is just to take that breather, maybe do a meditation, and, you know, touch your hands to your heart and just ground yourself in the present moment and say, I'm safe, I'm protected. And right as I said that, I feel like Archangel Michael energy, like he's enveloping you in his wings and letting you know whatever's going on, whatever fears or stresses you have about what's going on in the world or your personal life, he's got your back. Spirit's got your back. Okay, so for your wish coming true this month, you guys have the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Coins here, and of course, this is just about everything coming together magically, and stress over money is gone. So many of you these worries and stresses you may be having are over money, especially come time of the holidays. Money is a huge stress for a lot of people at the end of the year. So just don't worry about that, because as your wish coming true, you're going to be having stability in your life. You're going to be having more income than you really thought possible. Somehow, some way it will happen. And the 10 of Pentacles is also about a happy home life. So, you know, with that Hermit card, I just feel comfy, cozy. I see like a fire going in a fireplace and someone just curled up with a nice hot cup of beverage, whether that's tea or coffee, and just really getting cozy in their life and just feeling like everything's taken care of and that you're safe. Like that's a beautiful wish to come true, especially in this day and age where everyone feels so, you know, untethered and very volatile. Like the world is very volatile. So having this sense of just safe harbor is what I heard. Happy home, safe life, financial security. That's a huge, huge wish coming true, to be able to feel that sense of safety. Huge. So then for your guys' outcome this month, we have the 2 of Wands. So many of you guys are pondering your next steps after all this transformation and all this hard work that you've put into now putting you at the end of December here. You're wondering, what do I want to build? What do I want to create in my life? And it's like, I just heard possibilities are endless. At this point, with all this transformation you guys have done from September through December, I just want to take a deep breath, like, oh my gosh, we did it. Like, that's what I just heard. It's like, you did it. We did it. Everyone watching this, we did it. Take that sigh of relief, because, and that's been, it's funny too, because that's been happening a lot in my readings, this need to just take a deep breath and just, wow, we're here. We made it. Like, that energy is very prevalent the last probably 2 months here on my channel. And I feel like many of us going into 2021, even if things are really hard out in the world, it's like many of us are stepping out of the hubbub and the chaos and just thinking, you know, there's actually something to look forward to. Because, you know, I feel like the world itself is going through a major collective tower moment as we speak. You know, the whole year of 2020 was basically one giant tower moment as a collective. So what comes after the tower? What we were just talking about, the star. So 2021, I don't feel like the tower moments are all going to be said and done and in the past. Come 2021, I still see lots of shakeups and transformation that needs to happen to put this world in a higher consciousness, a higher state of being before we're at that, quote unquote finish line. I don't think there really ever is a finish line in life, but we'll just put the proverbial finish line. I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon, but I think for you personally, it's like you're stepping out of that chaos and saying, no, I want to claim that star energy for my own life, for my own personal life right now. Even if the world is still going through its collective tower moment, you can step out of that and start working on your star moment. That's really what I'm seeing. But what I just heard is don't get distracted. Stay fixed on your goals. So if the news is pumping out fear 24/7 and this is going on and that's happened and oh no, now this is going on, the less you can put your energy into all the chaos and the destruction in the tower. Like we all know the tower is falling. We don't have to sit and watch it till it's completely burned to the ground in cinders. It's like, okay, you can acknowledge, yes, it's on fire. Wow, that's really horrible, but in place of this tower here comes something better. So you don't have to sit and watch it till it's cinders on the ground is what I'm hearing. It's like you already are aware of that energy, so you don't have to keep feeding into it with your energy. Just know that, acknowledge it. Don't spiritually bypass. Everything in the world is going okay. Like, I don't mean it like that. But of course, you can acknowledge that the world is a bit of a dumpster fire. You can acknowledge that. But then really step away from that. Step into the star and focus on your own plans, your own dreams, your own goals. And right as I said that, I saw a shadow figure out of the corner of my eye, and it feels very good, very benevolent. Very, Kurt Cobain actually popped in and really sat shotgun, as I said, in group 2. So I'm feeling like that was him just kind of popping out, like, I'm ready to go now. So, yeah, totally random. Sorry, I totally went off base there. But let's go ahead and go get into your oracle cards now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start right here with this card you used to select your pile. We have the White Buffalo Calf Woman, and it says here reverence. So what I'm really being called to say about this card is just to view the world through this lens of infinite abundance, infinite joy. She knows that tower moment is happening, but she's still got a smile on her face. Well, maybe you can't tell. Let me focus that for you. She's still got a smile on her face. She still understands and acknowledges that the world is falling apart in a lot of ways. But she also understands that the world is also coming together as it falls apart, because a lot of what's going on in the world and what's been going on wasn't right. When wrongs are righted, there's a bigger sense of peace in the world. And with this reverence, I'm just seeing you just knowing and feeling like everything is working out exactly as it was supposed to. And I just heard everything happens for a reason. So that might be one of your life mottos, that everything happens for a reason. And through all this transformation you've done, you're on the other side of that come the end of December, where you're just viewing life through the lens of love and even compassion, to where you're really understanding that there's something better. You want to, with this card, stepping into power, you want to step back into your power and take it back from all the media and the politicians and giving your power away to all this fear-based stuff. You're stepping back into your power as this white buffalo calf woman. And it says you are strong beyond measure. So you really are, through this transformation you've taken, discovering how strong you are, how much you've made it through, and you're still here. You're still here to talk about it. You're still here to make new plans, new dreams, new goals. You got it. You're here. You're doing it. You're strong. Then with this beauty card, I really want to talk about, of course, outer beauty, but I want to also touch on inner beauty. It's like, she's a bit of a plus size woman here, but she's absolutely gorgeous. And she's not afraid to sit naked here in front of this mirror and really admire her beautiful body. Let me go ahead and focus that. So, if you've been someone who's been really hard on your external appearance, just start to embrace and really appreciate what you look like this year. This year is almost over, so yeah, we'll say this year and the rest of this month. So just really embrace that inner beauty and that outer beauty. It's going to be very important. But for some of you, this may look like wanting to change your hair up, get some new clothing, or try a new type of outfit, do your makeup, just feel really good about yourself. Especially if you're feeling good on the inside, it's going to start reflecting on the outside, where you might walk past a mirror and be like, oh, hot damn, who is that? Okay, that's a lot better thought than I used to think when I'd walk past a mirror. So there's this coming to terms with how beautiful you are inside and outside, and really embracing what you have on the internal, on the external. It's going to be very important to key part of your transformation for you guys this month. I just see you guys really starting to see that inner beauty being reflected in your external beauty, in your external world. So then we have the number 48 with financial discipline. So at the end of this month and coming through this month to the end of the month, you guys are really going to be buckling down with your finances and kind of maybe budgeting better. I know a lot of people expend quite a bit of money in the month of December trying to buy gifts for everybody and to travel home or to travel to be with other family members and stuff. But it's like you guys are finally going to be getting a handle on your finances, figuring in 2021 you're going to budget better, because remember, your wish coming true is that 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Coins. You may even end the month with more money than you realized you had in your account. And it's actually going to be a great jump start for 2021 to start off on a better financial foot than you started 2020 out on. And many of you, this looks like budgeting or just being really cautious with how much money you're spending just frivolously. Because I think many of you, not all of you, I do see some of you are probably very thrifty and savvy with your money, but I do feel many of you in the past at least had really a financial difficulty, and maybe that's what part of this tower was for you. As a result, your wish coming true is more money, but part of that tower was losing some of your income. Maybe you lost a pretty high key client that you've had for a while, or you lost your job altogether in 2020. But you found something else, and you've really stepped it up in the financial department. So you're going to continue this trend into 2021, where your finances are going to take kind of a center stage, to where you're finding new ways to make income, or you're getting new big high-powered clients, or just looking for a job that better suits your financial needs and, your creative needs as well. And then with this donkey card here, it says open your heart no matter what. And that's kind of what I was getting with that buffalo, that white buffalo calf woman card, about just looking through that lens of love, opening your heart, putting your heart out there. Maybe some of you are really helping others this month. Maybe that's where that financial part is coming from, where you can actually afford, some of you, to help other people. And I just saw like those tree of sharing, where you are shopping and there's a Christmas tree that you can take one of the tags off of the tree to purchase an item to have wrapped up and ready for a child or an elderly person or someone in need on Christmas. That might be something you're able to do because you have a little extra coin. But those of you who are still really trying to get that handle and budget, that might not be feasible, but you can still donate your energy and your time to making someone feel included, or just making someone feel like, humanity isn't completely down the drain. Like, that's just really what I'm seeing, is just you using your energy as currency to help other people realize that life is better than what maybe, say, the media is telling you it is. And you guys just really opening your heart, just going through, being really delicate with yourselves as you made these transformations in your life, and, planning for the future, stepping back into your power with an open heart is going to be huge for you guys going into 2021. So that's all I'm seeing for you, Group 3, but I really do hope this resonated for you and that you enjoyed your reading here. You will have to let me know below if it resonated and what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.